the manufacturer you tend to avoid comes arguably the best coaster model they've ever made. Which isn't really saying much. The Vekoma Flying Dutchman, located at Kings Island, Carowinds, and Six Flags America, is a roller coaster that you'll either love or hate with a passion. You thought Firehawk and Batwing provided somewhat decent rides, but were disappointed when you rode the third and final Flying Dutchman, Nighthawk, which is sure to send you to the ER.
It's basically what you expect from a Vekoma.
What, you mean a Vekoma?
Only for Nighthawk.
Ha, true. You enjoyed all the Hawk-themed rides like Thunderhawk, Timberhawk, and Tony Hawk. Now experience a Hawk ride themed to the darkness because the daytime is just too bright and cheery for this ride. Themed to a Hawk that somehow catches on fire is a hand-me-down coaster from the closed Gayuga Lake.
Wait, you mean there aren't actually any flaming hawks during the ride?
Attempt to climb into one of the really complicated seats and be strapped into the extremely tight and uncomfortable chest restraint, which will drive you crazy the entire ride. Now watch as the trains descend backwards so that you are laying on your back parallel with the track.
So I thought I was in the front row, but then the ride actually started and it turns out I was in the back.
And to think, you probably wouldn't have gotten confused about that if you had just ridden a B&M Flyer instead.
Should've gotten a B&M.
Turn out of the station and begin ascending a lift hill that is nowhere near as enjoyable as a B&M Flyer. Next, dive into a drop that isn't as intense as a B&M Flyer, and soar into an overbanked turn that isn't as graceful as a B&M Flyer. Now flip through a couple inversions that are not as smooth as a B&M Flyer, and might just make you sick, unlike a B&M Flyer. And finally, turn into the final helix and slide into the brakes, wishing you had just ridden a B&M Flyer instead.
Hey!
Hi?
What do you think you're doing?
Just making a coaster parody. What do you think you're doing? What are you even doing here? Who even are you?
You can call me Mr. Vekoma. I created these rides that you're criticizing, and I don't like it one bit.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. You just get out of here, please. This isn't even your house.
I'll get out of here when you apologize.
Look, I'm sorry I offended you, but I didn't even write these. I just narrate these.
Oh, you didn't? Who did then?
You did.
You responsible for this?
Maybe.
I think you and I need to go outside and have a long talk. Come on.
Watch the shirt. It's $15. Look, what are we even doing here?
It's time you learn your lesson.
What lesson?
Taylor?
Okay.